5 years ago, a Google Ads campaign can turn $1 into $5. 3 years ago, it turned $1 into $3. But today, businesses are losing money faster than ever before. Over the past 5 years, the average advertising costs for retail brands running Google Ads have increased by 40 to 50%. In just the last year alone, retail search and CPCs rose an additional 20% for the median advertiser. Now, major agencies are quietly dialing down ad spend for their clients on the Google platform, but no one is talking about why. This isn't another how to fix your Google Ads video. This is about understanding the biggest shift in digital marketing that is crippling Google search and its ad business. What you will learn in the next 10 minutes could save your marketing budget and possibly your business. Now, I've been running Google Ads for my 7-figure e-commerce store, bumblebeelinens.com, for over 17 years. In addition, I host the Seller Summit, an annual e-commerce conference that's been going strong for the past 9 years. And through my podcast, I've had the privilege of interviewing over 500 top e-commerce entrepreneurs. I talk to a lot of online store owners, and this year has been especially rough. Businesses are struggling, and many are barely hanging on. It is harder than ever before to operate a Google Ads account compared to just a couple years ago. But what's changed? The biggest issue is that over the years, Google has gradually taken control away from the advertiser, pushing this idea of, let us do everything for you. Automation will handle everything with AI and smart machine learning. But the reality, it's not as easy as they promised. Now let me take that back. It's actually super easy to launch an advertising campaign now, but you're basically at the mercy of Google to haphazardly spend your money with very little transparency. Now, to be fair, the economy is softening this year and we're likely heading into a recession, but almost every business owner I've spoken to has been getting much worse results from Google. So why exactly are Google Ads going to crap? Well, part of this is increased competition. But if you've been following the news, you know that Google is in an antitrust case right now, and there have been a lot of whistleblowers. A few executives have revealed that Google quietly increases ad prices to meet targets, and this is how they're doing it. Whenever you run a Google ad and bid on a keyword, Google sets what is called a floor price. If you don't bid at least this minimum amount, you're not going to get any clicks. Now, in theory, Google Ads should run on a bidding system. So let's say you're in an obscure industry that doesn't get a lot of search volume, like wedding handkerchiefs in Wyoming, just as an example. You could be the only person in the world advertising on this search term. And if Google was a true bidding system, you would only have to bid a single penny to show up in search. But that is not the case. Google sets a minimum bid. The minimum bid is what's going to cost you just to get an ad up, even with zero competition. Now, realistically, there are actually very few industries that I can think of that have zero advertisers, but Google whistleblowers have revealed that Google has been artificially raising this floor price for years. Hey, Sergey and Larry, we're short about $100 million for our quarterly earnings report. How about we jack up the cost per click by about 10 cents and beat Wall Street estimates? This, my friends, is not natural competition. This is Google just increasing their price because they can. But the kicker is that these price increases are silent. They do all this behind the scenes without advertisers being aware of it, and that in turn greatly inflates the price of ads. Check out this graph of Google's advertising revenue from 2001 to today. Now, Google can technically do whatever the hell it wants, but here's the thing. There's been very little innovation in Google Ads in the past several years, and they've just been turning up the dial on price and milking the cow for everything that it's got. Google was awesome 5 years ago. They were very supportive to advertisers, and I've taught Google Ads for many years. If you had a problem, they would be there to help you fix it. But there was a pivot many years ago where their support no longer was real support. All of a sudden, my Google reps started becoming salesmen. Now, if you run an e-commerce business for any length of time, you've likely gotten emails from Google reps claiming to offer free help on their ads platform. And I used to actually hop on these calls and get free help. But several months ago, I hopped on a call and it was literally a rep who did not know how to run Google Ads very well, trying to push new features to get me to spend more money. The rep I spoke to literally had never run an ad for a business in their life, yet here they were pitching me new features like it was the next big thing. Every rep follows the exact same script. They want more ad revenue and they'll encourage you to try something new and make it sound extremely easy. Try YouTube ads. Never mind that it costs an incredible amount of money and effort to get a profitable video ad running. Today, I won't even talk to a Google Ads rep. There are probably a couple good ones out there, but most of them are a waste of time. They're all scripted salespeople. This was not the case 5 to 10 years ago. At some point, Google made the decision to grow revenue at all costs at the expense of support. By the way, if you're interested in learning how to start your own profitable online store, make sure you sign up for my free 6-day e-commerce mini course below that will walk you through everything you need to know. It's free. And then there's Pmax. Google Performance Max is a goal-based advertising campaign that allows advertisers to access all of Google's inventory, like YouTube, display, search, and more, through a single campaign. And it uses machine learning to automate and optimize ads in real time across various channels to maximize conversion performance. Sounds great, right? Let Google handle everything and watch the profits come in. But the problem is that Google provides little or no visibility into how your money is actually spent. And they make it really hard to control the keywords that you're paying money for. Advertisers have been asking for years for more detailed expense reports to no avail, and it just seems like Google wants to keep things obscure so they can get rid of their junk ad inventory undetected. Google Pmax is one big gigantic black box. You put money in, and Google decides how much to display your ads with little or no transparency. Now, as a public company, Google is constantly under pressure to grow their top line, and with their lack of innovation, it's been impossible for them to grow without increasing ad costs under the table. Now, I'm sure the shareholders are happy. I'm sure the executives are thrilled at the numbers, but advertisers are not. Advertisers are being squeezed. When your costs for advertising are up double digits year over year, guess what happens? 1, you can't spend the same amount of money you did last year and get the same results. And 2, you literally have to increase your budget and pass the costs along to the consumer in the form of inflation. Now, here's the other insidious thing that I've noticed about Google and their business practices, and this one is a little bit more subjective, so just bear with me. Back in the good old days, Google used to pride themselves specifically on how quickly their search engine would find you an accurate answer. But now, you either have to specifically invest more time just to scroll past their ads, or just trust that the ads have what you want. But spoiler alert, they do not. Otherwise, the useful links would be at the top organically without having to pay to get there. Over 10 years ago, Google's sponsored links used to be highlighted in yellow, indicating to the user in a very obvious way that these weren't organic search results, so that you could just filter them out. Not anymore. Now the sponsored search results look exactly like the genuine search results, apart from a tiny little, much less obvious sponsored text. And all that is just for when you're searching for answers. Look what happens when you start searching for products. Recently, I've been shopping for a thin power bank for my gadgets, and just look at the results. A big carousel of shopping ads dominates the search results, and it's actually quite overwhelming. These product listings are taking up more real estate on the results page than ever before, and according to Search Engine Land, shopping ads make up nearly 45% of the search results today, which is a 20% year-over-year increase. Now keep in mind, I just want the thinnest possible power bank, and usually I skip the ads because they are dominated by companies selling cheap Chinese knockoffs like Temu, AliExpress, or whoever is willing to pay Google the most money. So what happens when I scroll down and look at the organic results? All right, first up is Amazon. If I click, all I see are random Chinese brands I've never heard of. So next, now I see posts from the New York Times, Wired, and ZDNet who are generically rating the best power banks. These are obvious affiliate marketing plays, so no thanks. Now to be fair, there are a couple of relevant companies on the front page, but by and large, I'm inundated by a page full of Google shopping choices where I have to click into each ad just to see if it's something that I want. And the sheer range of choices is overwhelming. And it's confusing, right? Google, with all of its resources and artificial intelligence crawling the description pages of every product in existence, clearly has the ability to take me straight to the single best rated product for exactly what I'm looking for, right? All it has to do is compile the 3 thinnest power banks based on the dimensions in each product description with the best reviews and give them to me without a million Google shopping ads, right? And yet, does it not seem a little like Google's playing dumb here? Does it seem to me like the search results are purposely designed to make you click on links to do more research? Meanwhile, if I ask ChatGPT, I get an immediate answer. Now, when you look at Google's business model, it makes sense. Google doesn't make more money if you find the perfect product. It's not like they're out there hoping you'll have an awesome Google experience and then you'll go recommend Google to 5 of your friends. No, Google makes money from your clicks. Google's ideal situation is that you click on a million sponsored links and then make your decision. And because Google owns search, sellers have to pay Google to be part of the sponsored buying section. Now, I can't prove any of Google's true intentions, but flooding the user with a million choices that are either relevant or irrelevant is probably making them a lot of money. And is it just me, but are most of the organic search results pure affiliate marketing articles that don't answer your question either? It's almost like Google's making the organic search results bad, so you'll click on an ad. Instead of giving me a New York Times article about generic power banks, how about giving me an AI overview of all the thinnest power banks available? But here's the main reason why Google's ad business is collapsing, and that has everything to do with artificial intelligence. The only way Google can make Wall Street estimates is to squeeze sellers. Meanwhile, Google is being attacked on all sides by AI. OpenAI recently announced SearchGPT, and Meta just released yet another free open source AI model. Why comb through a bunch of links when you can just get an answer directly from AI? If Google doesn't change, they are going to get disrupted. After all, they can only squeeze sellers so much before the dam breaks. And once search usage starts to decline, so will interest in Google Ads. Now that you understand what's going on with Google, watch this video here to learn how Amazon is doing the exact same thing and jacking up prices for everything that you buy.